Good. All right, start of week 2 on the Trainer Road 30-day project. Test, whatever we're calling this. We'll see. This was the first workout that the intervals were hard to maintain for the duration of the interval for me. Up till now, the workouts have been manageable, doable. This one I really had to dig to get into it. Tomorrow's an easy day. See how that goes. Alright, so day 5 ride did not go as planned. What happened was the Bluetooth driver on my Nexus 9, which is what I use to run all this, crashed. So Bluetooth turns off, which means my speed sensor, which sits in the hub, my cadence sensor, which sits on my shoe, and my heart rate monitor, all disconnected from the from the tablet, and because of that, I lost. I don't get the power data because I use virtualized power. So at 42 minutes into the ride, I tried to fix it. The devices wouldn't reconnect, and I had to punt on the ride. This is a bummer. This was not Trainer Road's fault though, so I want to make that clear. I understand this is not the fault of this Trainer Road software. This was the Nexus 9, which is at least a 5-year-old tablet. So, I had my doubts about it to begin with. So hopefully it doesn't happen anymore. Luckily today's ride was an easy ride, so I was 2/3 of the way done instead of maybe a quarter of the way in. I'll take this, I'll rest, and we'll try again tomorrow. Cool, day 5 done, and it's a 2-hour workout, pretty intense. I can't remember what it was called. Did pretty good today though. Figured out how to stand up on the rollers so that I can relieve some pressure, which before that I was having to just stop and stand on the rails, which would pause the workout, which would lower my heart rate, which is just not the intended, it's not how the workout's supposed to work. But figured out how to stand up today, drop the gear super low, use a low cadence like you're climbing a hill. That worked out. And yeah, so far so good. Again, it was a tiring one, and I felt it. So. Today's workout was kind of a rest day form structured workout, so they give you less intensity for less time, and then there's messages at the bottom of the screen that give you coaching on how to improve your form. My biggest complaint about that is that when you get done with a interval, say I've been riding for 15 minutes, and it gives you an overlay on the screen of your previous interval stats. So your average power for that interval, your average heart rate, da-da-da-da. But then it also doesn't recognize that there's also coaching messages happening behind it. Well, there's coaching messages that happen, and they're all overlaid on the same area of the screen. And you end up not being able to read what the coaching messages are for the next interval. So hopefully they know about that and are fixing it. I'm actually signing up for the beta today, and I'm going to switch my interface to the beta interface. And we'll see if it gets better. Today's workout was an hour and 45 minutes. But 15 minutes in, the app crashed. More on that in just a sec. I mean, it's software and beta, So I think I even had to sign something to this effect that there will be bugs, and so I can't really complain about those. But the overlay problem is fixed. The readout is more legible. They made the numbers bigger, tightened everything up a little bit. And but the app did crash twice, which means that I did about 20 minutes longer than the workout today. If it had crashed further into the workout, I'd have been angry. Today's workout was hard. It was a 30-second sprint followed by a 15-minute. It was like 90% of my FTP, so it's called a sweet spot workout. I'm gonna look up what that means so that I understand it better. Anyway, today's done. That was a doozy. 2-hour sweet spot interval. But it was good, and I was able to do it. But I felt it, so that's, I think, the right place you want to be at. Coaching messages were spot on today. That was cool. Some of the workouts don't have coaching messages, and I don't know what triggers them. And they are clearly a pre-defined script. Those are kind of telling you stuff along the way to do and whatnot, but it's not reactive to your cadence or your power output or anything like that, which is, I mean, yeah. It tells you, shoot for a cadence between, 85 and 95 is what the example is for this workout. And other than the fact that I could look at my cadence and try to aim for that, there was no feedback in any other way. So that's interesting. I'm not sure if that would be good or bad. I'm not a coach. Let me see if I can wrap up week 2. I've been hungrier. That's noticeable. So I think I'm just straight up burning more calories. And I'm getting more stable on the rollers. I don't know if I said this last time, but until I started this, I think I'd only been on the rollers maybe 4 or 5 times and not consistently. So I knew how to get on them, I knew how to ride on them, but I didn't know how to ride on them for a long time, and I didn't know how to do some things that I learned this week, like standing up on and pedaling on them. That's been able to let me not stop and stand up to adjust my sit bones and stuff like that, which when you stop, the workout stops. But if I can change my cadence and gearing and stand up, that's worked out really well for me. So learned to do that this week, so yay. Overall, feeling more stable on the rollers. Oh yeah, including being able to use a water bottle. So until now, I would have to stop and get a drink of water. But this week I worked on being able to grab my water bottle out of the bike without sending myself flying across the basement. So I did two mountain bike rides in addition to the trainer road workouts. Both of those went really well. I don't know if I can attribute any gains there yet. We'll have to just see how it goes. In fact, I just think it's too early for the gains that are coming out of the workouts to have translated into anything other than fatigue at this point. So week 2, going well. I've done every workout in week 2. I did them on schedule. And the only thing I deviated on this time was that I did my other rides, my 2 mountain bike rides, because I wanted some joy in my life. So far so good. I'm going to keep doing them. I get tomorrow off. I'm looking forward to that. And I'm going to take it because rest days are important. So that's week 2 down. On to week 3.